Hey there, I'm Rachel.
And I am Father Willesse.
Welcome to the Lava Official podcast. Of all the places you could have been in YouTube, you chose to be with us.
And
we're
grateful
that you're here. And we want you to stick around because today is going to be an amazing episode.
Yes, it's going to be
always.
awesome. What are we going to talk about today?
We've got our 5 topics.
Yes, we're going to talk about family.
We're going to talk about music.
We're going to talk about wisdom.
We're going to talk about relationships.
And the last one is...
wisdom.
I already said wisdom.
The last one is
ministry.
Is that it?
That is it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, that's 5.
So 5 things. I hope you came ready to have fun and enjoy
us talking to you.
And to each other.
And hopefully you can glean from some of the stuff that we say. If there's any foolishness, just throw it out. Throw
there
it out.
There might be an occasional spat or disagreement, but that's okay. We can work through that.
Hey, listen, that's why I love this podcast, because we're going to be real with you, and we're going to solve our own issues right here.
We've got some new news for what we've been doing lately.
Who's that?
Mana.
You got to leave, son.
I came through the back so you guys want to hear me.
You came to the what?
Go downstairs.
Go downstairs.
Huh?
I just had to clean my car up.
But
son, you can't be in here.
You can't go in and out, boy.
Yeah, I leave it right now.
And don't come in again.
Wait, I have a question.
This is our family portion of the podcast where we ask our kids to be quiet,
What?
and they don't.
Oh.
They just come. They
Hurry up,
come
what?
into our podcast.
What?
What do you need? Come here. Come show everybody. Come in and say hi. Drop the garbage bag though. Don't bring that in. Just come in here. Sit down right next to Daddy. We're gonna make some room for our family vibes today. A round of applause. This was actually gonna be my new news.
Yes. Oh my Lord.
This is our son Mana. And he just graduated from high school.
Hey!
Yay, Mana. And we had a big grad party.
That's right.
For you. Do you have any thoughts? Do you want to say anything to the peoples?
No.
And the interwebs? How does it feel to be done with high school?
Use your mic for lesson.
I'm excited to be done. I'm over it all.
You're done.
High school was a journey.
Was it?
It was a journey. I'm done with it though.
Did you have any friends that were like bullies?
No, they don't bully me.
That's right. You bully them?
No.
That's right. You don't.
I'm a
bully
nice
people.
guy.
That's right.
I've had nice people around me.
What is one thing that you learned from mommy and daddy that you will take with you to college?
Don't take out student loans.
It's true.
It's true. Don't take out student loans.
Don't take out student loans. Get scholarships.
Yes.
Okay, that's the family
Wait,
portion.
talking about scholarship, you actually won 2 scholarships. What scholarships did you win?
Well, they're kind of counterintuitive because one's about being a trash player but having a good heart, and then one's about being a good player and having exceptional leadership skills. So I was glad.
How's that counterintuitive?
That's not counterintuitive.
Well-
that is you.
Well, the first one's counterintuitive because I don't think I'm trash at football, but I mean,
Yes.
anyways.
It was a memorial, right?
It was
a
something
memorial
like that.
scholarship. It was from someone that had passed on, and it was in their memory.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But
the
it
guys
wasn't-
that gave me the scholarship were really cool.
Yeah.
And they said my name pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did my coach. My coach said my name really
Yeah,
well too.
he killed it, man. He killed it. How much was the scholarship? Do you know?
1,000 each, so I got 2,000.
Oh snap! Now all you need is 90,000.
No, that's not true. We'll hit that. We'll hit that goal.
Yep.
So the other one was live like a champion. And
Yep, that was after our coach Driscoll. who passed away from a brain aneurysm a couple years back, and it was basically we wrote an essay, and it was just kind of basically for somebody who portrayed all the aspects that he did in his life, and yeah.
Nice.
What are you most excited for in college?
The food.
Yeah, the free food. Probably just being like just starting over, just surrounding myself. I get to like meet new people. I'm a big people person like you, so I get to like.
Like who? Like me?
Yeah.
Oh
like you.
yeah.
He did the
So-
elbow.
That's why. That's what I'm most excited about, honestly.
How about football? Are you excited for that?
Oh yeah, obviously football, but like
New people, new friends.
new friends, new people.
So the school that you're going to, the ratio of guys and
To
girls is
Three.
what?
It's 3 to 7, I think. 7 to 3. There's 7 guys for every 3 girls.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, babe. My Proverbs stater one, baby boo, is somewhere out there. She's somewhere out there. I will find her.
Your Proverbs 31, baby
Proverbs
boo.
31, baby boo.
Well, when you find her, and I hope you find her before some other guy finds her.
Because it's 7 to 3.
Well, you better get your your search dogs out there because it's gonna be slim pickings.
Yeah, there's not many Samoans there, so if she likes Samoans with tattoos, hit me up, brother.
Sister.
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 My little brother.
My little brother.
So awesome! I'm glad that you're excited to go to college. You're gonna be all by yourself now. How's that feel?
I'm excited for you guys. I mean, I've already told Dad this, but I'm just happy that you guys have served so long, you and Mom. So I'm just happy you guys get to step into a leadership role permanent-ishly. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy for you guys.
Thank you.
And Le and Aloha and Talia and Kiko. I'm just happy for them, honestly. I think they're going to strive there. Mm-hmm. I think Talia is going to make some good friends, and Jose's that's gonna build his character being around a whole bunch of Polynesian people. Same thing with Aloha. I think Aloha's gonna make plenty money over there.
Serious?
She doesn't have a school brain, but she has like a money brain. She's such an entrepreneur. Like, yeah, I was in the car with her one day, and I was like, "Can I borrow your pen?" She goes, "For a price."
Your baby sister?
Your baby sister's
It's like,
trying
you're gonna sell me the pen that Mom bought you? Like, get out of here. Anyways, but that's just like a little example.
Listen, the hustle is strong with
The
that
hustle is, yeah, strong.
one. What do you like about your mom?
What do
that
I like?
she's taught you?
She's taught me how to stay up late and grind out papers. I don't know. No, honestly, like from a personality standpoint, she's taught me how to be kind, just to be sweet to people. Like even people I really don't like, I'll try and be kind and sweet. Like obviously there's some people that I'll just like be mean to, but like I think for the most part to people, like especially girls, like I've learned to be gentle and like nice to them. Instead of like being super mean. So yeah, just being nice and kind.
Wow, being kind, that's a fruit of the spirit. Eat that. Okay, what have you learned from your father?
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy? Probably.
Well, at least you can actually say who your father is. That's a plus.
Probably just being servant-hearted. I mean, you're so servant-hearted, it just kind of rubs off on everybody around you. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like you're really good at bringing people together, and then once they're all together, you're like, okay, what can I do for you guys? And I feel like I think I've gotten better at that, and I think I'll take that to college. I think that's what really made me like stand out as a student athlete. It's just like, yeah, I have my priorities to take care of, but like you guys know, I had to switch over to the offensive side of the ball during the season. It wasn't for me because I really wanted to play defense, but I was just kind of like, what does my team need? So I think those kind of characteristics, I'll take to college. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's very encouraging, and I hope I can serve you even more, and go that direction. Well, the servanthood part is not a fruit of the spirit.
It actually is.
Which part? I mean, we got love, joy, patience, peace.
you can
kindness.
probably twist one of them to be
Yeah, which one of these fruit?
Which
Can we
one?
rename?
Can you mix together?
It's not a fruit of the spirit, but I'm pretty sure Jesus did it.
Servant of all.
Oh yeah, he
Servant
did.
of all.
I was at a Bible study with one of my friends. We got breakfast, and we were reading John together, and we were reading Martha, how Martha washed his feet, and then I was reading like,
Mary.
Oh
yeah, Mary washed
you
his.
knew it started with an M.
Yeah, one of those. Wait, no, in John.
I think it was Mary washed his feet.
Oh, okay, with
Martha-
the perfume.
Yes, Martha
yeah,
made
yeah.
the food for him that he ate.
Yeah.
But Mary washed his feet.
Yeah, so Mary was washing his feet, and then in chapter 12 and then in chapter 13, we see Jesus wash his disciples' feet, and it was kind of like I was kind of reading it, and I was like, well, that's kind of like what my dad does. Like people will serve him, and then he's like, oh crap, my heart's overloaded, so let me serve everybody else. So when we were reading, I was like, you know what, this is my dad. My dad does this a lot.
Well,
Anyways,
you're making me a blush.
I know.
Yes.
You're making me
Well.
cry.
Well, is there any wisdom for a 18-year-old going into college? Is there any wisdom that you would give to our listeners that comes off the top of your head?
Probably just stay consistent with everything. I mean, for me, it's like the way I got here, the way my dad got us into this house, this area, the way my mom got us into the schools. It's just like, even when we lived in Grandview and all over there, like you guys have been telling us since we were young, like stay consistent, like do the things that you're supposed to do and do them to the best of your ability and control all the things you can control, and then kind of just let God do the rest. It's like you got to learn to like really be vulnerable with your heart. It's like God's not a God to take your heart. He's the God you have to give him your heart, right? So it's just like, if there's anything I could like teach or like give to the 18-year-olds who are just going into college, it would probably just be like, give your heart. Don't be so stubborn. Don't be so like uptight. Just be like, here, let's have it. Go with the flow. Be consistent and work hard. I mean, control what you can control, and that's really it.
That's good
That's
wisdom.
a good wisdom.
That's good wisdom. You
Thanks to you guys, I know that.
Oh, consistency.
You're really consistent, Mana.
Very
You're
consistent.
a rock when
like
it
you
comes.
eat in the morning, you eat in the
Bruh.
afternoon, you eat in the evening, you snack in between. This is consistent. Consistent. You consistently empty your refrigerator, which is a blessing.
Consistently empty your bank account.
To other family dynamics, like how would you tell people to treat their sisters?
Oh, they're sisters?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I treat my sisters pretty well. I mean, I'm rough with them. Not like physically, but like they know I love them. But I feel like, I mean, the Bible says a brother is given for times of adversity, something like that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly
So, I mean,
like that.
I mean, there's times that I'm given for adversity and of adversity, but for any brothers out there, like, you just gotta know the difference. Like, if you need to defend your sister, but like, in the moments of being sweet, like, roughing up on your sister a little bit, because that's the way boys, like, I feel like boys show love. I mean, there's always, I mean, yeah, that's basically
Oh,
it.
sweet, man.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I like that shirt, Mom.
Thanks.
So drippy.
I am.
She's dripping. This hoodie.
Droopy or drippy?
Dripping.
Dripping.
I guess it's
I'm dripping.
the new thing.
No, dripping.
Dripping.
I'm dripping. That's
I'm
not
dripping.
it. Nope, dripping.
Hey, you're dripping.
This is,
Oh
I
my
had
God.
a tip off on this shirt from my daughter.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining our podcast.
Follow me on Instagram at ManoOleLE808.
You heard it from the boy. And listen, out of the mouth of babes, man. Out of the mouth of
He's
babes.
a total babe.
So that was a spontaneous interview
Interruption.
or interruption, and you know that he's going to tell the truth. All right, let me put this back up here. All right. Family. Whoa, family.
Okay. Well, we can start and talk about. What do you want to talk about? Well, let's talk about family. Let's talk about celebrating, times of celebration.
I love celebrating. As a matter of fact, it's one of my my greatest things. Is if something happens amazingly, I want to celebrate that person. And I think it's very crucial in every family that you celebrate the big wins and the small wins, and you make them both big celebrations. I think if you do that consistently, you have kids that are grateful for the goals that they hit.
Yeah. We're sitting really close, and I have to really turn my neck to look at you.
You don't have to look at me.
That way. I want to look at you, and then I want to turn this way.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was going to say this. This being graduation time, one thing I've noticed is, I think this is an American thing. It might be, they might have this in other countries. I know, I just learned today, this last weekend, that the kind of commencement ceremonies that we have in America, they don't have in Mozambique. And I never thought about that there might be cultures that don't celebrate landmark things like high school graduation.
They do, but it's different.
Okay.
It's different. They probably have some kind of celebration, but they don't make it as huge. But probably in the homes, they celebrate it huge.
Yeah. Well, I was watching, I think one of the best things you can do for children is take your younger children to the commencement ceremonies, award ceremonies, or any kind
Is to just give them vision of what, yep.
Because otherwise, I know the younger siblings can struggle sometimes with having long-term vision for their lives. I noticed that based on a child's temperament, some children tend to be more goal-driven, and others are like they could give a flying rip, And I know in our family we've got some children who are not like really. I wouldn't say they're not go-getters. I would just say they're not driven. They don't have this drive in them to earn degrees, or I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for?
So you're saying in order to give people vision, that these celebrations are crucial to give them vision on what they can accomplish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the other thing that it does is it chops up your whole life into like small chunks. Because if you think, oh, I've got like 80 years to finish anything, then you might not ever start. I think there's that scripture that says, number your days, teach me to number my days so I can walk in the fear of the Lord. I think what that's speaking to us is that, hey, you really should chop your gigantic life up into smaller goals, smaller time frames with smaller goals. And I think that's why the elementary school graduation is important. Junior high school graduation is important.
Do you know anywhere in the Bible where they've celebrated people
Yes.
for accomplishing, education?
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily education, but what we do see is a dividing of times. So, like, it's very normal. There's cycles of 7 in the word where, after this many years, you're supposed to rest. And in resting, what you're doing is you're stopping that last season of 7 and you're looking back and you're saying, wow, look at what God did, whether it be in our harvest, whether it be in our, it's agricultural language in the word. You're supposed to give the land a rest.
Then we've got a lot of celebrating to do and a lot of resting to do because we've accomplished so much in our years just being alive that we've skipped over a lot of celebrations, and we'd like to take advantage of that today. So
we're going on vacation.
Yeah. So we'd like to tell everybody now that we're celebrating.
No, we have celebrated, which this is where I was getting to.
Come on.
We have spent like every weekend for the last 6 weekends celebrating something or someone.
Yeah.
And so it was birthday celebrations, which is a 1-year mark.
Our birthdays fall so close to each other. We got
bang, bang.
April, me, April 4th.
Don't even have to say them all out.
Oh.
It's just April. We have 3 April birthdays.
1 May birthday, March birthday.
We have graduation.
We have graduations.
And then we have, sending a graduation. My point is that we've been celebrating for a whole month, and I'm really exhausted from celebrating.
Yeah, I am not exhausted from celebrating. I want to celebrate more, and the reason why I said my birthday, and I'm not going to repeat everybody else's birthday because my wife is, skept like that. So I'm just going to say my birthday. I want you to celebrate with me on April 4th and send me a gift. Yeah, that's how you can celebrate me. Yeah. So, yeah. Celebration, I think, is very crucial to the growth and the vision of your family.
Yeah, and what you do is you mark off a certain amount of time, whether it be years of life or years of studying or years of service.
What I did with my wife when she got her master's, I took her down to
Branson.
Yeah, Branson, and we got a room for like a couple days, and I bought her gifts, and I made a little, decorated the room, and I wanted to celebrate her, and also we celebrated her and her other friends that graduated as well at Sullivan's, and so the reason why celebration is so big for me, I think, is because my family celebrated a lot of things. My family comes from, they look for excuses to celebrate people. Oh, the baby can walk. Let's make a cake, Oh, the baby said hi. Oh, let's make a cake, every little thing we celebrated. There was one time that we faked that one of the kids could walk so we could actually eat a cake. And so, but those moments need to be celebrated, no matter how small.
And the inverse or the opposite of celebrating would be to never celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
And so then life becomes ho-hum, and it just gets boring. And then I feel like the will to really press in life, it starts to dissipate because there's like no end in sight.
No, yeah.
And so then it's like, man, I don't know if I want to finish this. I don't know. What happens is I think people start losing vision, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, if you don't celebrate what you've done and have a period of time that you can look back and say, this is how hard I worked to get here, then the next thing this is how I'm oriented. The next thing that you do becomes a little less, you don't have that, incentive to go quicker.
Which kind of gets to the core of what we're talking about, which is fun, which the core of that would be joy.
Oh man, you went to 2 cores to get to that.
I know. It's just like, because, okay, so why I've had had this thought process that it's actually better to not celebrate me or celebrate life.
And I
or
was just
celebrate
like, that's
victories.
a bunch of bobo.
Yeah, because it's the opposite of, I feel like what God really wants for people. I think God really wants, he said, I want your joy to be full.
Yes.
Like could you imagine God's like, yeah, those are my kids. They're the saddest people you've ever met.
Oh,
they
that's the
never
worst.
celebrate anything.
Nope.
And they're barely hanging on because they've lost vision for what they're doing and where they're going.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this comes down to it. The bottom line is that we celebrate because God celebrates us.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
we celebrate people because this is how God's emotions are. When you complete something in your life, when you actually graduate from something, I really believe that the God of heaven celebrates with us. And I think it's just a little glimpse of heaven when we celebrate those little victories in our children's lives, in our own lives. I mean, you got grandma's birthday. Oh, that's one of my favorite things, is to celebrate old people's birthdays. I love celebrating people's birthdays. Not only old people, but I like celebrating my friends' birthdays.
Yeah. So celebration is rooted in a culture of joy, and not just in a culture of work and
Work and no play.
no play.
Yeah.
That's not the idea. Oh, which gets to the themes, again, of the markings of time in Scripture. So we're talking about the groups of sevens. Where does that come from? The Sabbath. God worked for 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. And the main thing he said about everything he did, he kind of patted himself on the back. He was like, it's all good.
Yeah, it's kind of like, so that thought in my head goes, who celebrates God when?
Yeah, that's praise and worship.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. I was like, who celebrates God when he does a good job?
Yeah.
You know, when he accomplishes stuff. And so at the beginning, I mean, there was, I guess the angels were there to help him celebrate, but it said in the word that he gave him.
He was like, he saw what he made, and he called it good. He blessed it, and then he rested. And that's kind of like,
ooh, I like that. He blessed it and then he rested.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I wondered, I think he rested with Adam, right? Because he made Adam on the sixth day.
Oh, don't get all scriptural on me
Well,
now.
my thing is, it would have been the first party.
What?
Sabbath. I don't know. Maybe Sabbath rest was the first party.
Like,
Maybe you're chilling. Maybe you're having some lemonade. You're watching the new sun set on the new ocean.
I guess
and
so.
you're talking story with your friend about how good life is.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how God made
that's,
it.
I mean, for men, that's what we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
We actually go out, we accomplish something. Like me, I like to, construct stuff with my hands. Like if I build a patio, if I, lay a patio down, or if I do something, I would like at the end of the day, sit back and walk and look at it. And, my friends come by and they're like, hey, this is awesome, man. And I was just like, then I tell my story on how it was difficult, but at the end it was worth it all.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I think, to summarize what we've just talked about with family, is learning how to celebrate indicates that we are a people of joy.
Yes.
And we live to experience joy and to show other people that we enjoy them.
Yes.
And that involves marking off certain times where you can look back and say, wow, look at what God did. Isn't God so good?
That's right. That's right.
So I think remembering that with family is really important, because as parents, we can get lost in the weeds, especially when our kids are little, thinking that we'll always have our children with us. But the honest truth is, even my mother, she told me this week, she said, Rachel, you have to learn how to let go. It's time for you now to let go of your son. He needs to go now. And it's like, but that's what the celebration does. It marks the season that's over.
Yep.
And God did a good thing. And now God's going to do a really good thing as our son flies.
Oh, that's right.
College.